take some time today to show you some stability exercises, some core work, and a few of them are from this magazine article written by Jeff Horowitz, who is a coach. And he says you can become a complete runner if you do these things. So I'm going to say to you that you don't have to be a runner to do this, or do these, and doing them won't necessarily make you a runner either, but they are very good to work your core. He talks about crunches, leg raises, crossover crunches, Superman, balancing, strength training, which you've seen lots of those videos already, push-ups and pull-ups. So a couple of those I can't demonstrate, but I have some other things to show you as well. So the crunches, now we've done a lot of standing. I have a video of standing ab work, but these crunches are on the floor, and he is saying to start with 2 sets of 10 reps. And what you are aiming to do is get your shoulder blades off the ground. It's not the way we used to do in school where you sit all the way up. So, because it's not a sit-up, it's a crunch. So crunches, the way he's describing them, are just repetitions, 10 of these, twice, he says, working up to 50. So that is a crunch, and you think of having a fist or a grapefruit or something here at your chin, and you think of pulling your belly button in, and you really feel like you're lifting up from your chest more than anything else. The next thing he had on his list was straight leg raises, and he has you doing them, well, if you're on your back, you shouldn't have the thing in your big clip in your hair, to put your hands under your hips, and then he explains it as the legs lifting straight from the floor and up to the ceiling, and then gently bringing them back down. If you notice, it's a strain for me, and I don't necessarily like that because I have a sensitive back. So another way to do it is to draw your legs in, bring them up to the ceiling, and then slowly go down to the floor as far as you can before it starts to pull on your back. So you do, this is a slow move, so maybe you count to 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's where it's really working your abs, and draw your knees back in. Breathe up and down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and hover and pull in. So you might start with 1 set of 8, work up to 2 sets, 3 sets, etc. The next thing on his list is cross-legged crunch. So this is my left leg. I'm putting my left ankle on my right knee. This is standard, so if you've ever been to any aerobic class, you've probably done this. And usually we have both hands behind our heads, but on this one, you have your right hand and your left hand is down next to your leg. And you think of going up and then taking your right shoulder towards your knee. So the crunch is the shoulder to the knee. And you might do 8 of those. And come down and then switch legs. And your right arm goes next to your right leg. And again, you crunch from your shoulder. Up, up, up. So you could do, again, working up. I would probably do, and I have done, my crunch is here, and then you can go straight to the side, or you can do a leg up and go to the side with your arm down, and you can pulse. And when you get really, when that becomes easy, you can also have your arm down and use your, let's see if this is right, your elbow and your leg at the same time. So there's lots of different ways to challenge your abs, including to release it by bringing your knees in. Another thing he shows is the Superman, which is lying on your stomach. And he has you just lift your arms and legs at the same time and hold it. That's a good place to start. Even before that, you could start by having your face down and lifting the opposite arm and leg. So this is very much beginning, but it's helpful. The Superman he describes is to, at the same time, lift your legs off and your chest and hold it. And from there you can go to an airplane and fly. And this works your core, meaning it works your glutes and your back and your abs. But pulling it out here is great. Which reminds me, a lot of us like to do Cobra, which is pushing up here. And a massage therapist gave me this really great tip recently, that if you do Cobra the way she suggested, you won't strain your low back, and that's to do a pelvic tilt first. So you're here, you're going to come up, just tilt your hips in, and then push up into a nice Cobra, and it feels really good. It takes any strain off your low back. There's lots of other core things you can do, but let's see what else. Jeff Horowitz says that we should do. So we did the crunches, the leg raises, the crossover crunches, the Superman. Then he talks about balancing, and he says that any move that you can do, that you then do on the stability ball or a Bosu ball, which I don't have one of those here, but it's like a half moon, and it's flat and plastic on the bottom, and then it's kind of like this on the top, but only half. And you can flip it over and stand on it. You can do all kinds of things. But just with this stability ball, anything you do on it, if you're doing your weight training, will also work your core. And we've talked about that before. So he's just at a loss for words. He's just reiterating what we already know. So you can do lift one leg and release. Lift the other leg and release. You can do bicep curls while sitting on the ball. So you have to engage your back and your abs to do this, or else you'll be, rolling all over the place. So this is a good exercise, adding the ball. One that I wanted to show you last fall, but couldn't because I had an ab strain, which I think is finally better, was you roll out and come back in. Roll out and come in. And this, I'm using my core. And it's engaging my legs a little bit as well, and certainly my arms. So I'm just rolling out on the ball, holding, coming back in. Rolling out and coming back in. That's another good core exercise. He mentioned next, push-ups. Well, you probably know how to do push-ups, just in case. I do them, it depends on if you're going to work your chest, your back, or what. I do them rather wide, so wider than this mat. My feet are a few inches apart. And push down and up. Or you can do it the girl way, which I never do. I would rather do a few of these than a bunch of the other. Pull-ups I can't show you, but if you had a bar, you'd be pulling up. And that's it for what he had. I think I've shown you before. It's like I have all these things out here. Doesn't it look like fun? Doing plank with your feet on this ball. Now, a friend of mine at the gym, we've been doing this every time we work out, so we're getting better at it. You can do plank to work your core without using the ball, and that's like this. So, okay, I've showed you this before. There's no graceful way to get into it, but it really works your core well. You have to engage. You can't be wishy-washy. You've got to use your strength here. So you dig your toes into the ball and push up. And then hold. Say you hold it for 30 seconds, which is what my friend and I have been doing, and then we rest and do it again. So we've worked up to 3 times, and we have this goal that one day we're going to do it with 1 foot, because you can do a plank and hold 1 foot. I think that was all I had in mind to show you for some stability exercises, and I hope that you will incorporate them into your workout.